everybody, welcome back to another esports faction game. Okay, game got cancelled. Anyway, we are casting UnbenchZeKench versus Syndicate today, and of course, once again, I am joined by my lovely co-caster, Palio, Joshua Moffat. How are you doing, Josh?
Very good in yourself, Jinxie.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty hyped, or pretty hyped for these games today. What do you think?
I'm pretty excited as well after what we've seen so far. I'm very excited to see where this is going to go as we head into the first set of bans.
Oh, first ban coming out is a Jhin. Interesting ban. Jhin very strong in this meta.
I shall endure.
And Nivea, also a good strong pick. A nice ban. Then she got buffed. She recently got buffed last patch, so
No Ignivias today.
no Ignivias today.
Hecarim ban.
Hecarim ban? We're seeing a lot of either Hecarim play or ban recently.
Yeah. Also for the live stream, UnbenchZeKench will be playing on blue side and Syndicate from red side for this game. As we see a Garen ban coming out.
From Syndicate.
Life is too short for
And Laoi
fear.
ban, a very good strong ban. Just a good champion overall since the item updates.
Just, yeah, never
I'm
want to go
curious
up
to see
against an
what
Alawi.
the last ban is gonna be. It is a Kazakh ban. Again, not surprised, not surprised. Like, a lot of good bans coming out from both teams. Looks like it is gonna be a Leona support pick for Unbench.
Leona Hava.
Hava? Will it be picked, is the question. Again, we're seeing a lot of very early pick supports. The Leona lock-in. I'm curious to see if Syndicate is gonna pick their bot lane now as well.
That's the one thing that did interest me, because usually you want to get your middle jungle and top picks out of the way first, and then bot lane are your last two picks. But we've tended to see the opposite way around. Saying this, we see the Sejuani.
Sejuani jungle pick. I'm curious to see if this person is gonna pick Nami, since they have Nami in their name. Are we gonna see a Nami support? I am a personal fan favorite of Nami. I used to one-trick her, so I would love to see me a... Oh, the Lulu pick! Oh, I respect a Lulu pick. I definitely respect a Lulu pick. A Lulu pick.
Time for everyone to
Especially
test a little
into
purple.
Leona. I definitely respect the Lulu pick into the Leona. Like, Lulu is very oppressive into Leona.
And there's the Ashe. I was hoping to see the Ashe on the other side of this, but
It could work with the Leona. You're looking at a lot of CC right now in bot lane in general. If we're gonna see this Ashe pick from a bench, and we are indeed gonna be seeing this Ashe pick from a bench again. A lot of CC coming out from the bot lane of Unbench.
I'm wondering what their jungle's going to be. With that much CC in the bot lane.
Their jungle might be either a tank or an assassin, although they do have the hard tank of the Leona.
Ooh.
The Annie.
You see the Annie.
Annie mid. Or it could be Annie top. Could be Annie top. Don't get us wrong. Could be Annie
Ooh,
top.
hello. Oh, no.
Yasuo?
Don't tease us with the vein. Don't tease us with the vein.
Don't tease us with the vein. Oh, the Caitlyn pick. We almost saw Yasuo bot lane pick there. That would have been
interesting.
I'm surprised they didn't pick the Vayne. They're playing in Leona, but then again, Ashe and Vayne. Good late game, but you battle in lane.
Especially with the Leona Ashe, I think that would have been not the best early game. Mordekaiser?
I'm very agreeing with that Mordekaiser ban. I personally think that Mordekaiser is way too overtuned in this meta.
Yeah, especially with how long his ult is. I just no.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty strong.
Silas ban.
It's good. I like this silence ban. Silence is it's good. It's a good ban. As well as Yi. It's a very good.
And the
Yi
Master
ban.
Yi ban.
They
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
don't want.
And banning out the Yorick as well. Getting rid of a lot of that top snowball pressure that Yorick can have. Especially with the item update, Divine Sandra is kind of
Top has
very
a
strong in Yorick.
very high. Top has a very high.
And Wukong getting picked up here by Syndicate.
Is it a Wukong top? Is it a Wukong jungle? We don't know just yet. It could be a Sejuani top. I could see them picking a Sejuani top. I think it might be an Olaf top, just to stop this Wukong from being insanely oppressive. Like, he's still gonna be
Yes,
oppressive.
But Olaf can be as oppressive back. He can just say no.
Yes,
Ooh.
he just says no. Could be a jungle Shen. Could be a river Shen. I think it's more likely a jungle Olaf, though. From personal experience, I think it's more likely to be a jungle Olaf.
I'm thinking that.
And the Rise pick. Is this a Rise top or a Rise mid?
Rise top is interesting.
Not really. It's been done since the days of Faker.
True.
It's not that uncommon. I've definitely seen it quite a few times, especially in costed / pro game. It would be good to pick into. I'm not sure how it would be into the Shen though. I don't think it's gonna be that good into the Shen. I definitely do think that it's most likely a Wukong top over a Rise though. Because I think Rise would definitely play better into Annie than Wukong would.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
And off we go into the countdown. Now we just have to wait our sad 3 minutes before we get into actual gameplay. In the meantime, let's take a moment to analyze these two comps. I like the amount of peel, hard engage, and CC from both of these teams. I mean, you have the Lulu to stop the Leona Ashe from snowballing bot lane. You have this insane team-wide slow as well as single-person ults coming out from the Sejuani. You have Rise, who just insane damage late scale, insane late scale damaging. Insane damage scaling late. Sorry. And then you have the Wukong, who's just overall oppressive. Like, I don't know what else to say other than just Wukong is oppressive. He's just oppressive. And then coming out from Unbench, you're sitting with the Leona Ashe bot lane. It's a really good bot lane. Very CC heavy, very anti-dive, I want to say. Followed by the Annie mid, the Annie who's, if she's going to take Predator, is going to be roaming a lot. If she's going to be taking Electrocute, is going to be, well, doing electrocutey things. Just having a lot of pressure on mid lane. The Olaf jungle just going to most likely be looking for counter jungling and invading and counter ganks where he can. Most likely also going to be looking for early ganks. Then you have the Shen, which is going to be really good PL late game for the Ashe. As well as obviously just the rest of his team.
As well as the Shen being able to use that ultimate to help out his team where needed. Having that ability to teleport in being very useful.
That is true. Like I said, gonna have a lot of late game, just generalized pressure for his team. Like you're always gonna have to be worried about the threat of Shen having the ult, using the ults, like being able to turn an entire fight with just that ult.
Can agree with you on that one. As well as, let's not forget, you have that as well as Annie being able to call in her big bear friend and calling Tibbers.
Yeah.
But mid lane is going to be an interesting matchup with the Rise and Annie to make.
I think if it goes to late game, Rise will definitely win it, just because Rise damage outscales everything.
Yeah.
But if Annie can get a nice couple sneaky kills off of him at the beginning, that would be really good for her. But honestly, I think it's pretty even. Like looking at both teams, I think it's a pretty even matchup. Bot lane, you have one team who's looking to dive against, like, you're playing a dive comp into a Lulu, which is kind of a yikes for you. But at the same time, you're also playing an anti-dive comp as well. So I think bot lane's gonna end up just being a generalized stalemate.
So it's going to come down to who takes the opportunities they get given.
Yes, sir. And we're about to go into the game. Oh my gosh, League always taking its time, I swear. There we go.
There we
And
are.
into the game we are. Again, just let's have a look at all these masteries. Looks like a generalized good understanding of all of the champs being picked. Yeah, good luck to both the teams. It looks like it's a fairly even matchup right now. It's mostly gonna depend on which team takes what engagements better. Caitlyn going with the cleanse, not surprised by that. Especially considering she's playing into an Ashe. I'm surprised that the Lulu took heal instead of exhaust though. At the same time, looking at the bot lane for the other team, an exhaust coming out from Ashe and a ignite coming out for Leona. The Ashe I can understand with the exhaust, and she's gonna need it against the Wukong and the Ryze, and the Caitlyn definitely late game. I don't like the lack of heal though, especially into a hard engage. I mean, she has the Lulu for anti-engage, but at the same time, you're still playing into a really hard engage lane. I feel like you need to be having heals. You need to be having heal. Yeah?
Yeah. I completely... Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Having the heal is always nice to fall back on.
It is in fact a Wukong top, we were right about that. I also don't like the lethal tempo on the Caitlyn into this lane. I feel like fleet for her would definitely be a lot better, especially if you consider that even though she does outrange the Ashe, the Ashe is going to be looking to poke her where she can.
Would you prefer the good cop?
Looks like we aren't going to get your wish of an invade, for at least for this game.
We're never going to invade. Like, it's just a generalized rule that Jinxie will never get an invade.
Not even for Christmas.
Not even for Christmas. Okay, Leona.
Minions have spawned.
Leona, we get it. No invades.
Next time, try
to leave a dent.
I would leave things up in the air. Would you prefer the good cop or the bad cop?
Like I said, I definitely think we're gonna have a bit of a stalemate-ish bot lane, where it would depend on which jungler is gonna be ganking first. Are we gonna see an early Olaf gank? Are we gonna see an early Sejuani gank?
Yeah, it's going to come down to what team supports their bot lane better is the bot lane that's going to win, if it's going to stalemate out.
Or with regards to mid lane, both of them scale really well late game. Ryze doesn't really have that much damage early, but both of them have relatively good wave clear. Mid to late.
And top, the Shane's just going to have to look at tanking out the Wukong and just taking the farm where you can.
Pretty much. I'm curious to see what bot lane is gonna end up doing. Because it looks like they're just going for the CS right now. They could have level 2 engaged as... well, as Leona and Ashe, but I don't think they wanted to, if any. Oh! There's a...
Uh-oh.
But I mean, Lulu does have polymorph, so even if Leona did take the engage, there's a high likely that she would have just got polymorphed.
And that
'Cause,
would
I
have
mean,
been.
It wouldn't have been that good for her. It definitely, Caitlyn definitely would have been able to get a nice bit of poke off.
Yeah,
But
at the very least.
if they can catch, I think if they can catch either the Lulu or the Caitlyn out of position, they can definitely look at going for an early kill. Maybe not
Yeah.
force an early kill, but if the opportunity presents itself, they could definitely look at taking it.
Yeah, as we said during the analysis of the picks, it's going to be a stalemate. So it's going to come down to which team has better support from the jungle and mid, as well as which team takes the opportunities presented. It's going to be down to whoever makes the least mistakes.
Thing is, right? You think to yourself, oh no, like they're obviously Caitlyn's gonna win. Like she has better range. You expect her to go into this lane and win it. But the thing is, even though she has the better range, they don't have that good of an engage. Caitlyn isn't gonna get fed not being able to get kills. Yes, they have an anti-engage for Leona, but that doesn't necessarily, just because they can't kill them doesn't mean they can't be killed by them either, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I completely agree. The fact that they have the anti-engage does not mean that they have the engage to enable.
Like if Leona engages, she's just gonna get peeled off. But at the same time, they can't engage onto Leona without jungle help. So until a jungler shows up into this lane, it's pretty much a stalemate. But I mean, yes, Ashe, Caitlyn can poke the Ashe out, but as long as the Ashe just keeps the lane here, which looks like she's actually about to do, there's nothing really much that either team can do. They're just gonna have to wait either for level 6 or for jungle engage. But I mean, even level 6, yeah, Leona's gonna engage. Lulu's just gonna pop W ult. It's a skill-based stalemate.
Looks like we had everyone just missing each other slightly top lane. There's both junglers there. Sejuani looked for a gank and then decided better of it.
Decided, nah, not gonna do that.
To try and steal the blue side buff as well. Top side buff, but
I mean,
again, decided better of it.
You can't really counter jungle an Olaf as Sejuani, because you don't really have that good clear. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but you don't really have that good clear.
As someone who's played a lot of Sejuani, you'd know.
Yeah. You can try with team help, but you can't just straight go into the jungle and be like, I'm in your jungle now, this is mine now. No, that's not how that works. The beginning of this game is gonna be a bit slow.
Very pokey.
Because there's really nothing. Oh, we're gonna get the contest. He gets the smite. Sejuani looking to go in. Gets the stun off. Ryze rotating, having to use the Olaf flash and deciding to back off. Olaf did actually get that though. Stole that.
So smites the scuttle, but has to use his flash to get out.
Not sure if it's worth. I don't think it's worth. I think he should have just maybe given it to, maybe waited for it to be in a better position. Because we did see the rotate coming out from Ryze. Annie a bit late on the rotate. If Annie had been slightly quicker, might have been able to
I think that
kill.
if they took the fights, it might have been 2-for-1.
Oh, Shen looking to get maybe some poke. I didn't think he was gonna hard engage. Looking for just some poke. Wukong returning favor, but unfortunately losing the trade. Again, guys, there is gonna be a very, very slow early game. Nothing much we can do about it.
Until everyone
Kind of needs to.
And just
Both teams just really late scaling, so there's not really much they can do early. They can contest the dragon. It looks like Olaf is about to do that. He's about to come over and be like, "Oh look, a dragon." They're actually gonna take it. Is there gonna be a contest from mid though? Rice rotating. Does he know that they're taking? He knows that they're taking it because there's a ward in the pit. Can he contest it? Is the second question. Look, he's definitely looking to
Sejuani and Lulu rotating.
Oh, picking up the kill on Olaf. First blood, Shen ulting in. Onto Leona, polymorph going out onto Leona. Ash picking up the kill on the Lulu though. We're 2 for 2 right now. Who's gonna get the dragon is my question. None of the junglers are near it. Oh, the flash from Rise trying to secure the kill on Ash. Caitlyn picking it up though. Dragon going on to Leona, which means that blue side getting the first dragon. Annie picking up a kill on Sejuani though. Rise using that TP to try and get in range of Annie, but the Caitlyn picking it up. Leona is still in the pit though. Does she get out? She gets out. So that was a 2 for 3 trade. More kills going over to Syndicate, but Unbench picking up that first dragon.
Yeah, that is a very good pickup. As much as the Ash sacrificed herself, she did finish off the Drake, which is, I think, worth. For 2 for 3. Although the Kate did pick up 2 kills there, which is not the best outcome, but...
Look, the Ocean is definitely good for sustain. It's nice to have that missing health regen. So I think it definitely did help. It's gonna definitely help Unbench to pick up that dragon. Just for that extra bit of sustain in lane. Shen can't hurt to benefit from that. Even Hash herself benefits from that, especially into a Caitlyn lane. Because now she's gonna get poked, so she's just gonna regen it.
Just helps with the sustain and the poke, which is happening all over the map at this point.
Yes, sir. I'm surprised that Rise isn't trading more with Annie.
Maybe a little overly cautious. He does have the level advantage though.
Yeah, because Annie rotated quicker than she did. I'm surprised to only see TPs on Rise and Shen this game. An interesting
Wukong having the flash
vision
and
placement. Just overall, not a lot of wards being set up over this map, just in general right now. Map looking pretty dark from both map looking pretty dark from both sides. So I'm not quite sure. Oh, Sejuani getting the gank out top lane. Bit of an awkward gank position to do a lane gank from. Especially considering the fact that Shen can just taunt away. The question is Olaf going to come up and counter gank it? It does not look like he's going to.
Looks like he's just going to go and take his wolves. Oh.
Interesting. Sejuani ult coming out. Not quite sure how I feel about the Sejuani ults being tossed at such an awkward place. Oh, cleanse being used, not in time to stop the ult though. Shenty being in, can he get the taunt? If he gets the taunt on the Caitlyn getting the taunt off Lulu shield? Pig's gonna save, not gonna save. Shutdown for Caitlyn going over to the Ash. Shen does get out. TP being used by Rice to try and contest this. Shen just managing to get out with the use of his passive shields. I think that was actually really good for Unbench. I mean, their Ash has 2 kills now and also got the shutdown on the Caitlyn as well as having a more CS up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of evened out whatever they lost at that first Drake fight. So looking relatively neutral at the moment with gold as well as kills.
I like it. I think
Second Drake is Infernal though.
That means no Infernal Soul this game, which is good. I think an Infernal Soul would have been not that good. I'm thinking, are we going to be seeing a Mountain or a Cloud Soul? I think a Mountain Soul would be really good for both these teams. Cloud Soul would be really good for Wukong, Shen, Leona even. Even Lulu would do nicely with Cloud Soul.
Would be a nice thing to see.
It's interesting to see how close the gold is right now. I mean, the gold is less than 1,000 apart right now. I mean, even if you look at the gold on everybody, it's so close. There's like minimal gold difference.
And lanes looking pretty neutral now. We're less than 30 seconds to Drake spawn.
I'm curious to see who's gonna go for it. They don't really have that much. Again, there's not that much vision around the map. Like, we're looking at a couple control wards. Like, here's a control ward, here's a control ward. A bit of vision here, being de-warded though. Like, neither red nor blue really has it. Oh, we're gonna looking for a fighter on Heralds. Olaf getting ignited, Wukong for ult, popping it all, trying to get to him. Rise getting stunned as he takes the blast cone. It's so unfortunate for him. Could have saved his life if Sejuani managing to get that stun off. Rise chasing this Annie, doing a lot of damage, and does not look like he's gonna pick up the kill. No, it's Cerberus TPing back. It does look like that they are going to leave the Herald though, knowing that they can't contest it. Nice little pickup, a nice little pick off the side in the side there for Syndicate. It doesn't look like either team is gonna be rotating for Dragon just yet, but it is up.
Yeah, it looks like Syndicate might be in a slightly better position.
It, so it looks like they might want to go for it. They do indeed want to go for it. They are indeed going to be going for that dragon. The question is, will we see a rotate? Olaf ready. He's waiting there, coming over. Arrow onto the Sejuani, not in time to stop from getting smite though. Chenault popping out to save. Got Chenault popping out for the save, and the Leona ults. And to the Caitlyn. Ash managing to pick up herself a nice little kill there, as well as Leona grabbing another one. I think that was pretty good for... Again, that was really good for both teams, because we saw Syndicate picking up the dragon and a kill, but we also saw Unbench picking up 2 kills. So... It's
going very 50-50. This is going to go down to who's to late game, I feel. They seem to be trading pretty evenly.
Just kind of chilling around. A lot of damage being taken by that. The bot tower though, face down. And being taken. First tower going over to Unbench. Bot side. That means the bot side can rotate out now.
Also, that gold gain is never unwanted from taking that first tower.
Again, looking at the gold difference, we're literally sitting on almost less than 100 gold difference. Sejuani coming top to try and get the rotate up onto the Shen. Shen just dashing away though. Junglers aren't really ganking when the lanes are in the right position.
As well as just...
Are we gonna see a tower trade here is my question. Because Syndicate are definitely looking to see if they can siege that bot tower. And I mean, Ashe isn't back just yet. They most likely look like they could be taking it. And they do indeed. A tower trade bot lane.
Huh. It's punch for punch at this point. The game's going pretty neutral. This is very interesting.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing another attempt on this Herald. Olaf having to use that ult. I don't know if he had to use it there. I know he chose to use it there. I'm surprised that, like, neither team... look at the amount of vision that we have on Heralds. I'm surprised that they don't just take a fight around the Herald.
Yeah, you think it would be a good option for them right now.
Sejuani going out into Shen compared with the Olaf Ignite just makes it so that he does not survive kill going over to Sejuani. They could take this Herald now. They just took top tower. They have 3 people there. They could definitely go and take this Herald. The question is, are they going to?
That is the real question. They have all 5 members of Syndicate are top side right now.
Syndicate's sieging towers like it's nobody's business. Sieging top, sieging mid as well. Annie ult coming out, having to use Caitlyn, having to make Caitlyn pop that cleanse. Not worth it though, because Annie about to go down. I'm not quite sure why Annie stepped out there. It does look like Syndicate want to go for this Herald. They're gonna be contested by Unbench, but just so many ults coming out here. Caitlyn picking up the kill on the Leona, as well as Ryze picking up yet another kill on Olaf. And maybe contesting that Herald wasn't the best idea. 5-man engage onto the 2 unfortunate members of Unbench. And first Herald of the game going over to Syndicate, being picked up by the Lulu of all things.
And just like that,
they gain
Syndicate gets himself a bit of a lead here. Just having the better rotation, taking all 3 of the tier 1 turrets, as well as taking themselves a Herald.
My question is, where are they going to use this Herald? All of the tier 1s are sieged already.
Are we going to see a split push and throw it mid?
It's possible. They could do 1-3-1, throw it mid.
That would be the best course of action, I think, because they just carry the momentum that they've just gotten.
The question is, who do you send where? Obviously, you're going to be sending Ryze top, most likely. Wukong could possibly go in bots, and then the 3 tank, the two supports. I'm calling Sejuani a support in this, and then the K mid. Yeah, it could work. It could work. And Ben Syndicate looking to get a lot of vision around this dragon. Now, dragon coming up in less than 10 seconds, and honestly, we called it. We called it at being a mountain soul. My question is, is Unbench gonna let Syndicate take it straight for free? They are de-warding. The question is, are they gonna contest? Because de-warding and contesting is an entirely different thing. Like, I'm curious to see if Olaf is actively gonna come and contest this.
As well as
being pops, he's gonna come in and contest it. Oh, the Leona ult zoning, getting the smite off, getting the dragon. Leona picking up a kill on the Sejuani. Shen managing to pick up a kill on the Wukong as well as on Lulu. And it is just Caitlyn alone by herself right now. Ryze running away, getting the shut down onto the Annie. What the use of that Cerberus? Annie herself unfortunately going down. But again, where we just had Syndicate rotate and get ahead. We just saw Unbench do the same thing. Where Unbench have out-rotated for an objective. And just gotten ahead again. It's such an even game.
And with that, I'm pretty sure we'll see the last of the mythics coming through on UnbenchZeKench. Syndicate had all of the members on Syndicate had their mythic items going into that fight. UnbenchZeKench only had mythics on the Leona and the Ashe, but managed to swing that fight.
Which is it's interesting. It's more team play based than item based at this point.
And again, they're just trading punches. This is going to go down to who's got the better team fight and who's going to scale better, who's going to itemize better. As we've seen,
I mean, seeing more vision now. Blue side having a lot of Unbench having a lot of wards around this dragon, as well as red side just having a couple wards scattered around the river. Definitely seeing more overall vision.
as we're seeing all of the members on both teams roaming, they are applying their 4 key and placing wards around the map a bit more.
There's a couple. There's a couple. This Herald's still not being used. Sejuani popping the ult to the Shen. Shen managing to get the dash out just before, though. I think stopped him from killing. Olaf coming in for the rotate as well. Does not look like they're gonna fight top lane, just popping that Sejuani ult. I mean, if they are gonna fight now, Olaf is here. Shen backing off, but Olaf is still here.
Leona also hovering around top side.
Herald
she could
going
rotate
bot
from it as
side.
well.
Herald being popped bot side.
Ooh.
Ashe will most likely not be able to stop it from getting the first charge off, stopping it from taking it out of there. I don't think that was a good use of the ult, of the Herald, honestly.
I'm guessing it was just running out of duration there.
It was about 20 seconds though. She could have gone over to mid lane.
Just beeline mid, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting a charge off from bot lane, but you're not actually securing a tower with it. If they
They
group
can
push,
easily.
if they grouped Siege mid and popped it, it would have been a lot better for them.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Rise is very ahead though. So I'm surprised to see Rise taking the Anguish though. I really would have expected, honestly, something else. Something that's not Anguish. I mean, I don't want to say, because it was definitely, I wasn't sure what he was gonna go, but let me just tell you that I didn't think he was gonna go Anguish.
Yeah, English is interesting there. We do see the Gore Drinker
I mean,
on
it
Olaf.
works.
Pretty
It
expected.
100% works. Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it 100% works. It's just unexpected.
Yeah.
I was expecting maybe perhaps the Ludens or the mana.
I was
He
also
has his
thinking
tier
Ludens.
though. He has his tier, so he's definitely gonna be going Archangels, as well as picking up a blasting wand. Might be going Horizon. Again, the gold difference is so close at this point. Dragon coming up in less than a minute, and we have just over 2k gold difference between the two teams. And
again,
it is 2k golds, which is a lead, but comparing to the timing in the game and the characters that we're seeing in this game, you expect it to be a lot more on either side than just over 2k.
I mean, all it
A
takes is
lot of
Rise dying, and
coming
that
up.
lead's basically gone as well. So
lot
it's
of
close enough to
de-warding.
regain.
Syndicate de-warding almost all of Unbench's wards. Unbench not having that much vision in the Dragon Pit. Actually, not having any vision at all in the Dragon Pit, compared to the Syndicate's little bit of vision around the Dragon Pit.
Looks like we're gonna have another fight in the Dragon Pit.
I'm curious to see who's gonna come out of this. I think it depends on who dies first, and what
Positioning the
what
junglers as
they
well
have to
on this.
use. I definitely think while both the junglers are the engaging the tank, they need to be further back on this one, because the reason that Syndicate lost that dragon last time is because Leone was able to zone the Sejuani away from her smites. They're both exactly the same level. Smite's gonna do the same amount of damage. It's gonna come down to who can smite this dragon. Sejuani charging in, popping the ult over onto the Annie though. Annie managing to get that ult off. Oh, Ash picking up a kill on Sejuani. Kaylin picking up a kill on the Annie though. Shen picking up a kill on the Wukongers, followed by Rise just finishing it off. 3 members of his team with a QW combo, and it does look like it's gonna go to Syndicate. Rise just doing so much AoE damage in that fight. And here we have the power of Rise. Like, this is what we were expecting to happen in late game. If Rise gets to mid to late game, he can just do that damage. He can just hard skill to a point where he can just kill an entire team with a QW combo.
It looks like they're gonna go for a Baron here.
I mean, if you look at what he used, he finished off. He finished 3 people off with just a QW combo.
Yeah, that was. They found out how much damage the Rise was doing very quickly.
I mean, he's only got 300 AP at the moment, but it doesn't matter because look at how massive his mana pool is. He's got almost 4k mana right now.
Yeah,
He's
that's...
sitting on his Archangels, he has a tier, and he has an Oblivion Orb. He's just gonna do so much damage. He's gonna wave clear, and just wave clear enemy champions.
As well as that Oblivion Orb now giving Grievous wounds, helping out against that Olaf as well.
As well as that Shen.
Shen as well, yeah, true.
And any form of lifesteal which Ash built, which she's building Bork. Again, close gold, but Syndicate pulling a bit ahead in the gold after that fight, and the fact that they got the dragon as well. We're looking at 2 dragons each right now. We're gonna have to fight at least still 2 more. We're gonna be fighting at least 2 more dragons. There's gonna be close proximity fights around at least 2 more dragons, a minimum of 2 more dragons. For the soul, as well as the potential of a Baron anytime soon. Rise is just gonna absolutely dominate in that close proximity of that area. Like, running into a fight that closed and that small against a Ryze, if you're not picking off the Ryze very soon, he's just gonna wipe your team. And it does look like they're gonna be going for the Baron again. The amount of damage that this Ryze is doing to this Baron, paired with this Kaylin damage. Ryze just doing insane amounts of damage to this Baron. Ryze is, I would love to see Ryze's structure damage right now. Because even though he might not have a lot of AP, just based off of his passive scaling and the fact that he has almost 4,000 mana. I mean, right now he's sitting on 4,000, exactly 4,033 mana, max mana.
Wow, that's quite the mana pool. And we are seeing that Baron of getting picked up by Syndicate almost uncontested, pretty much uncontested, and now we got to see what they can do with it.
It was uncontested. It was pretty much uncontested. Like, it wasn't even just pretty much uncontested, it was uncontested. There is honestly nothing that Unbench could have done into that situation. Because, again, the moment you're running into a close quarters fight like that, you're gonna get Sejuani ulted. I mean, Sejuani hits an ult into that entire team. Ryze QW almost tears the entire team, compared with the fact that you're also going to be having the Wukong close proximity ult as well. Like, Syndicate want to be taking fights in closed off areas.
And yeah, they have the ability to, because of the amount of objective fighting that has been happening, they know where the fight's going to be and they can kind of guide it where they want it to be.
I mean, just over a minute on Drake, and we're already seeing Syndicate making space around it, getting vision around it, setting up for it, because they know that they can fight in that area. They know that they want to be fighting in that area. At the same time, though, as well as they have really good fight in that area, so does somebody like Olaf, Annie, Leona. Leona pops an ulti onto that Ryze, and her team jumps that Ryze, and 90% of Syndicate's damage is just gone. So it's all about which team carry is given the space to get ahead.
Whichever team has the better peel and whichever team's target priority is better.
Olaf, unfortunately, DCing. He just got killed as well. That's so sad. He just got killed. He DC'd. They paused.
He got hit so hard he DC'd.
Yeah, up. It looks like Syndicate wanna siege this bot lane out though.
I think they want to create the space, take the picks, yeah, if they can, and then rotate back for the Drake.
I mean, if they can get it in him, at least in this push. Olaf has just died. He's got 50 seconds almost. Annie, while she is mid lane right now, is definitely not going to be able to get there in time for this Ryze to not go, Ryze and Wukong to not go onto the Ashe. I mean, Leona has ults, but if she can hit all of them and then follow up with a Annie ult, an Annie ult stun, they might be able to stop the siege.
Maybe.
Because then all Ashe has to do is just stand there and attack their Ryze. If the Leona and the Ashe can get the CC onto that Ryze and that Wukong, then Ashe can just stand there and auto-attack them. But the question is, whether are they actually going to be able to get it?
And we're back.
Definitely trying to seize, and he does not have a stun up. They want to siege this tower. They can. I mean, look at that sheer amount of Ryze damage to the structures. Sejuani going on the Leona, looking to maybe pop the ult, misses the ult, but hits the slow. Ashe having to flash out. Ashe flash. Shin ult coming onto Leona though to save her. Lulu ult being popped onto the Sejuani. Gets a really good knock up. Ryze is just standing there, managing to auto attack. At the same time, getting picked off by the Kaylin. Kaylin managing to outrange him, I want to say. Getting the shutdown on the Ryze. But it does not look like Unbench will be able to stop Syndicate's siege right now. And Syndicate are definitely going for the end.
They're just
Unfortunately, I do not think that Unbench is gonna be up in time to contest this.
yeah. I think that's just the Nexus.
That's just the Nexus. Oh, well played to both teams. It was an insanely close game until I'd say about 5 minutes before the end.
Yeah.
Like, it was so close for the first 25 minutes of this game.
It was insanely close, and
It was very, very close.
And the difference really was just the amount of scaling on the Rise.
I mean, not only the Rise, but the Caitlyn as well. The Caitlyn and the Rise just had the space that they needed. Because the Sejuani was going in, making space. Wukong going in, making space. Oh my god, I hate it when League does this.
Is it? I did the thing again.
Yeah, we're not gonna get to see the damage graphs because
Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
Oh no, we do. We get to see the damage graphs.
Oh, ooh.
We get to see the damage graphs. But I mean, look at how close the damages are this game, right? The top damage was 19k. Ash's max damage is 15. The rest of the team is so close. We're seeing a lot less damage on the Olaf that we thought we would. A lot less damage on the Shen that we thought we would. I mean, I thought Caitlyn would do a lot more damage than she actually did. That's because the game was just so close. Like, the first half of this game was pretty much just, cool, we're gonna farm. We're gonna scale. And that's kind of what both teams had to do. Unfortunately for Unbench, Syndicate had a Rise. Like, that's the thing. No matter how well you scale, Rise is one of the hardest things to scale into. Because he just does so much. He has so much just... If Rise can hit his abilities, he has so much scaling damage.
He has a scaling damage as well as his team made the space for him and the Caitlyn to do what they needed to do. I mean, the Leona could have gone... If the Leona had the opportunity to get onto the Rise, then that wouldn't have happened. It's just it was better team positioning and better engage and better peel. Team fighting is what won them this.
Definitely.
As we saw, the teams were going punch for punch. They were gaining, then losing, and staying pretty much neutral until the point where the Rise hit his point of, okay, I can kill you all now, and then had the space to do so.
And he did. He got the space. His team made the space for him. Which is, it's good. Like, if your team can make the space for you to be able to kill the entire enemy team, then you're happy.
And that was how it went.
Oh, Josh, can you add Bri to on League? I don't have space on my friends list.
Sure.
I want to see who did the most tower damage though, because we just saw so much sieging. There we go. See, look at how much bot lane sieged. Caitlyn's just doing so much tower, just so much structure damage. Rest.
Yeah, I got him.
Jeez, I actually did a lot of true damage.
She did have the Kraken Slayer with a Q that's kind of pretty nuts.
A lot of CC. You could definitely see that Grievous on Rise did work.
Definitely.
Rise just generally doing work. I mean, let's look how much magic damage. 19k. You know what's funny is that only 19.1 of Ryze's total damage was done as magic damage. That means that his autos did like 500 damage.
Wow.
Yep.
That's wow.
I mean, bearing in mind that's over the whole game, but still.
That's still
it's
kind of
interesting.
crazy.
I'm curious to see who's gonna take the next game. Who do you think is gonna take the next game, Josh?
I would like to see UnbenchZeKench take the next game and make us go to a match 3.
You just want a match 3. You just want a match 3.
But also, I want a match 3, but also the previous game was very close, so it shows that it could have swung either way. But at the point of no return, Syndicate got ahead at that point in time.
Nah, I think you just want a match 3.
Don't call me out.
I'm hardcore calling you out on this one.
Who wouldn't want a match 3 here? Who wouldn't want it to go 1-1 and then we getting forced to go to a match 3?
That's true. Anyway, guys, we're just waiting to get invites to the next lobby, and then we shall resume with the very next game. What do you think, chat? What do you guys feel? Who do you think was MVP of that game? If you had to decide, everybody in chat, if you had to decide, who do you think won MVP of that? Seeing a lot of shout for Olaf. Olaf MVP? What was Olaf the MVP? What do we think? What do you think, Josh? Who would you give your MVP? If not to Rise.
If not to Rise.
Yeah, I know, because I knew you were gonna say Rise. I knew you were gonna say Rise. That's why I said if not to Rise.
Maybe the Sage for Engage.
I would give it to
Lulu
Sedge for creating space. I mean, obviously we have to give it to Rise because he did really well. But if we weren't giving it to Rise, I think Sejuani did do a lot to make a lot of space. Olaf MVP for enemy team. Drake MVP? No, Drake definitely MVP. Best
Definitely.
MVP of the game is Drake. Olaf 0-5 how can be MVP? I don't know, ask chat. Chat wants to make Chat wants to make Olaf MVP.
Olaf MVP.
Olaf MVP.
Interesting choice from chat.
The founder of Syndicate has spoken. Oh, we must listen. Elsa MVP. Darshan MVP for sure. I think Elsa was MVP. Let it go. Let it go.
I'm wondering if we're going to see this close to the game. I want to see this close to the game for the next game as well.
I like close games. Close games are fun. Close games are great because you don't feel like you're just watching a hard stomp. Like, every team fight is a chance for one team to turn it around. It's honestly, I would rather watch a close game, a close 60-minute game, than a sweep 20-minute game. I prefer overall to just watch closer games. Oh. There's no space in There's no space in spectate. Let me in.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. We got in, guys. And nobody panic. Everyone calm down. It's okay. Nobody panic. We got in. We are safe. We are safe and happy. Did they swap? They swapped sides, didn't they? They did. They swapped sides.
Yes, they did.
They swapped. Okay. So now we have blue as Syndicate. And red as Unbench.
UnbenchZeKench.
UnbenchZeKench. actually really love that name. UnbenchZeKench. It's fantastic. I love it so much.
Would you want the Tom Kench though?
Unbenching the Kench? No. Tom Kenches are terrifying. Tom Kenches are terrifying, and there's nothing that you can do to change my mind.
Just running at you, trying to lick you.
Yeah, I don't want to get licked. I don't want a random. Can you say my name, please? See, here's the problem. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name, and I don't want to say it wrong and offend you. So, say my name as well, please. It's Carbon. Okay, Carbon. Please say mine. Also, thank Awesome Flink. Okay, Veron. I'm sorry. I probably pronounced it wrong. But hi, Veron. Hi. I think it's wrong.
They're gonna recreate.
Okay, cool. If they're gonna recreate, then we can just get an invite. Ew, ew. Yes, ew, ew, indeed. Ew, ew. Wonder why they're recreating. And maybe the lobby as well?
Maybe.
Make Demonosol hydrate. Demonosol hydrate! You're being requested to hydrate. Ah, I have a nice, delicious glass of ice cold water in front of me, and I am most definitely hydrating myself. Guys, don't forget, drink water. Don't forget, wear your mask, drink water, wash your hands, hydrate, take care of yourselves. Do the best that you can.
Do all of the above.
Yes. I'm banned for something. Why is that a move? I feel like if anybody would get banned for something, it would probably be me. I'm a massive simp when it comes to my best friend.
Hmm?
I wasn't talking about you. I mean, I don't know. I simp for you pretty hard as well.
Yeah, you do. What about you now?
Hey, we got the invite. Okay. Did they swap sides again?
Yeah, they're on the right sides.
Okay, cool. So they are on the right sides. That's good. And
we're into
into
the banning.
the pick and ban phase we go. I wonder if we will see the same bands. You know how I feel about same bands. Same bands are great. Because it means that we're gonna have the same player close game. Yes, we do indeed. We have an Anivia ban coming out. Not surprised by that. Again, massive buffs on Anivia recently.
No Ignivia again. Rip the Ignivia.
Poor Eggy. She just wants to exist.
Eventually.
Get it? Exist, yes?
Oh, why?
And the Jin ban, of course. No counting to 4 this game.
Fear is the first of many.
As well as
ban
the
again.
Garen ban, again not surprised. Broken champion.
Garen just makes top lane boring.
It's just an injustice to ban Garen.
Jeez. Why do you do this?
Hey, here's an interesting question, right? What does Garen drink? What does Garen put in his water? Just ice.
So I go.
I am not surprised by the rise ban. Unbench
Shinta.
rising to the occasion to ban out this rise.
Oh no. Why you do this?
And the Shen ban coming out from
the heck room coming out.
Syndicate follows the heck room. They're just not gonna let the enemy team run away with this heck room, are they?
Oh, why?
I apologize. Fine. Oh no, that was bad. The Leona pick. Not surprised. Not surprised. Just yoinking this Leona. Leona is really good. Overall. Like, she's very anti-dive, which is, it's great. It's great for teams that, you know, don't want to get dived.
As well as she's got very good engage, so she's just good to have around. Uh-oh.
The Nautilus pick. Oh, yikes. 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 Unbench picking the Nautilus. I am averse to Nautilus because it's scientifically proven that on South African ping you cannot dodge a Nautilus hook. And that tilts me. I like the fact that we do see a Graves pick though. Graves is still very strong in this meta. Counted in by the Amumu though. Is that an AP Amumu or are we gonna see a tank Amumu? What do you think? You think we're gonna see an AP Amumu or you think we're gonna see a tank Amumu?
Tank Amumu says tank Amumu, but AP
Anguish. Anguish on Amumu, can you imagine?
Slightly terrifying. The Kai'Sa getting picked up.
I like the Kai'Sa pick, especially the Kai'Sa Leona bot lane, because Kai'Sa's passive procs off of all of Leona's engage. So the moment that Leona's gonna be engaging, Kai'Sa has that ult to reposition herself into the fight if need be. Fizz pick though? Interesting. Fizz is a good pick. It's definitely a good pick overall. He's gonna be very oppressive towards that Kai'Sa lane.
Very, very. Silas band coming out as well. Very similar bands to last game.
Another Silas band. I guess they're just chained to that Silas band.
Are you happy with yourself?
I'm insanely happy with myself.
Not a problem.
I'm sorry. I swear I'm not punishing you. I'm not punishing you. Oh, would you look at that? A misfortune ban. That is very unfortunate.
Life is too short for fear.
Alawi ban coming out as
well
well.
as the Alawi ban. I guess I just want Alawi to go through.
Oh. That saved me.
Oh no! They can't pick their Ashe. They just wanted to Ashe for their Ashe. Okay, I'm done. I swear I'm done. Chat, I'm done. I apologize. I apologize. I'm not gonna make any more puns.
No more bans, so she can't make any more puns.
You asked me to stop, so I won't make any. So I won't make any. Varus pick. I don't know how I feel.
Oh,
yes.
oh.
No!
Oh, no!
They teased me, but alas, it was in vain. The Varus pick. I am intrigued by the Varus pick. I think with the Nautilus into a Kai'Sa Leona lane, it could work really well. It's gonna take a lot of just outplaying, but I think if the Varus can get ahead, especially if he's gonna be going Varus lethality, I think it will be very good. The Ahri pick, looking to charm the enemy team. No? I find that mid laner charming.
Why do you do this? Ooh,
and the Yorick. Oh, there's one John Josh's lane. Josh loves his Yorick picks. We're just gonna see split push. Basically, what Syndicate has just said is, great, we're gonna split push. we're gonna have that split push pressure. My question is now, are they gonna pick something to counter that split push? Oh? The Aatrox? He's gonna be really good in team fights. But...
yeah, and that just means that Grievous Wounds early out of Syndicate is necessity, because Gordrinker Aatrox is terrifying.
Yeah, so I think in team fights, he's gonna put a lot of pressure on the overall team fights. I don't know how he's gonna be able to deal with the split pushing Yorick though. Like, I think that the problem that we're gonna see here is that Syndicate are gonna be fighting team fights 4v5, and Yorick is just gonna be split pushing. Because even in a 4v5, they have 2 team-wide ultimates over on the side of Syndicate. They have the Amumu team-wide CC, they have the Leona team-wide CC. And I'm kind of terrified of a Leona CC and so an Amumu CC.
That sounds not fun. Into most probably a RE charm, as well as just a whole ton of engage and damage and just.
I think it'll be interesting. Anything else? If anything else, I think it'll be interesting. I think that this is just going to be a very interesting game. Because there's multiple playstyles for both of these teams. Syndicate could send the Yorick to only split push, fight every single fight of 4v5. They have the higher chance of losing the team fights, but they have the split pushing Yorick. There is nothing on the enemy team that is going to be able to deal with the Yorick by himself. Except maybe the Aatrox if you get really ahead, or if they send at least 3 people, because Yorick is just, well, Yorick. At the same time, they could be using a Yorick as a team fight as well, because a lot of people don't underestimate how good Yorick plays into a team fight, not just into a split push, but also into a team fight. You sit your maiden on the carry, and then what? Carry has to reposition.
As well as your W being physical terrain to just stop anyone in their tracks.
You're zoning your team off of each other. You're putting that. You're gonna put the maiden on the carry, and you're just gonna have to force that carry to reposition, which means that their main damage in fight is gonna go.
As well as the ability to block off chokes and things like that, and just keep them locked in the fight as well if the Yorick uses his W to do so. As well as, I'm very interested to see. I'm hoping the Yorick takes TP because then they have the option for both.
They definitely do. Like, they definitely do have the option for both. And Unbench also has a really good team fight here. They have the insane CC of just and Nautilus. They have the AoE and CC of Fizz ult. They have Aatrox. Just Aatrox in general. Aatrox in general is so suppressive, oppressive, and aggressive in a team fight. You have team-wide knockups if he hits the tip. You have that insane lifesteal, insane omnivamp, that insane movement speed. You just have a lot of pressure in a team fight with an Aatrox. And Graves just being how broken as he is in this meta, Nautilus, if he can get a good ult, if he can ult somebody in the backline, like you're looking at a team-wide knockup almost. If Nautilus can position his ult right. So it's so even right now. The drafting phase right now is so even that I honestly cannot make a prediction for this game. Because it depends on what team decides to play what play style with the picks that they have. What I can almost guarantee you, the winner of this game is going to depend on who works better around each other. The better team will take this win. Because all of these champions are so team play reliant.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, you have Amumu, Leona, they have the very good engage, but they do need the follow-up. And then on the other side, you have the Nautilus for the engage. I think UnbenchZeKench has a better potential if things get split up. I think their 1v1s and their damage output might be better, but if it's 5v5, Syndicate has, I think, better CC to engage with, so they have to either kite, peel, or just survive it.
Okay, well, and so we go. Again, let's have a look at all the master scores. Again, seeing a generalized, a good amount of my brain just blanked for a second. A good amount of experience on champions for both teams. A bit more experience coming over onto Syndicate. I mean, you have that 130k Yorick, as well as that 180k Leona. And I mean, those champions are very high skill based, gonna know the mechanics of the champions quite well. A good overall mastery split up between both teams though. A good amount of experience split between the team on both sides. By all means, it is a very fair game. It is very balanced out.
We are seeing that ignite on Yorick though, so no TP on the side of Syndicate at all.
I'm just sad. I'm just sad. I just want my split push. It definitely, with that, based off of just that, I think that we're gonna be looking at less split push Yorick and more of a team fight. Yorick.
Which means he just gets to slap people with his shuffle.
Which I'm not opposed to. I'm not opposed to seeing a team fight Yorick. The thing is, even with that Conqueror, like, he has Conqueror. He is just going to... He's just gonna snowball into a team fight. He's just gonna go into a team fight and he's just gonna do a lot of AoE damage, have to force a lot of people to reposition, and just have a lot of healing. But then, so will the Aatrox. I'm disappointed to see a Grasp of the Undying Aatrox, though. I think that a Conqueror Aatrox would have been a lot better overall.
Yeah, especially into this Yorick, I think. Because the Yorick is going to look for trades as well, so... And he's going to win the trades because Yorick plus Conqueror.
I mean, Aatrox doesn't do too badly into trades with Grasp, but that forces him to only trade when his Grasp is up.
We are seeing both teams start in their red buff. We saw both teams start bot side jungle previous game.
I wanna see who makes the first, like, full trade top. Because right now, Aatrox is just doing Aatrox things where he's gonna hit you with the edge, no matter where you are in lane. Like, you're gonna expect it at this point. You have to expect it at this point. That no matter where you are in lane, you're gonna just get hit by that if you step up. What I'm interested to see is the level 3 on top lane. Because that's when things start to get spicy.
Level 3 top lane.
Aatrox a bit ahead, zoned a bit of XP, getting that nice engage, getting quite a bit of poke damage onto Yorick. Yorick not really able to do anything just yet, because like we said, he's not level 3 just yet.
Yeah, level 2 him, Yorick. Just uses his Q and just can counter you out.
A lot of auto attack poking out onto this Fizz though. Looks like there's gonna be an early gank bot lane. North missing the hook to disengage, as well as Amumu missing the hook to engage. So just a lot of
Awkwardly walking towards each other.
Yeah, that's about it. I think we just saw some awkward walking. Some arc walk, some orc walk, if you will. I think it's interesting that Varus took Lethal Tempo. That means that he's gonna be building more of a he's looking to be based off of runes alone. Again, some Varuses do take Lethal Tempo and still build lethality, but based off of runes alone, we can assume that Varus is gonna be going more of an attack speed build as opposed to the lethality build. Which it isn't the best right now. Oh, Aatrox, Mumu getting himself into a little bit of trouble there. Mumu? Is Fizz gonna rotate? Both mid laners rotating, both junglers rotating, both mid lanes rotating. It looks like it's gonna be First Blood. First Blood going over to the Graves with that red buff burn, and I'm not quite sure why Amumu decided to walk into the jungle there.
I think he was hoping that the Graves was still topside.
Ooh, Kaisa getting a lot of poke onto this Varus. I don't understand why, and even if he was topside, you don't want to invade a Graves, just generally. Like,
we did see the force back from the Aatrox.
That's the thing, is even if you think Graves is topside, you generally don't want to be invading onto a Graves. Graves looking to gank bot lane, getting his vision ping here. Leona going in, having to use a cleanse. Varus using the cleanse very early, but managing to not get CC'd. At the same time, Nautilus just peeling this Leona away from the Graves, who's not on the Kaisa. Picking up the kill. Varus picking up the kill on the Leona. Kaisa managing to get away, having to have been brawling with the Graves the entire time instead of helping her. for Leona. I think that was actually really well played from Unbench, because they had the Nautilus zone the Leona, and they had the Graves zone the Kai'Sa. So there was no way for them not to pick up a kill there. And of course, with that, giving them almost a pretty much free dragon. Because there is Amumu's top side, but he doesn't have a bot lane to come help him contest. Whereas Unbench have their bot lane there. Can take the dragon. First dragon coming out. That means we won't be seeing an Ocean or a Mountain Drake this game. Honestly, I'm really glad to see that we won't be seeing a Mountain or an Ocean Soul this game. I would really like to see a Cloud Soul this game.
Yeah,
because
Cloud Soul would be very nice.
Cloud Soul this game, it's gonna be good for Aatrox. It's gonna be amazing for Graves. It's gonna be really good for Fizz and Nautilus. At the same time, for Amumu, it's gonna be really good. For Yorick, it's gonna be really good. For Ahri, it's gonna be really good. For Kai'Sa, it's gonna be really good. For Leona, it's gonna be really good. Like, there's almost nothing in this game that doesn't benefit off of a Cloud Soul. Infernal Soul would be also really good, but I think it would be more interesting to see a Cloud Soul.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Cloud Souls always make things a little more interesting. You are seeing this Yorick get a pretty sizable CS lead at the top though.
That's just Yorick though, like, you kind of expect that. As well as Ahri just getting a lot of poke on Fizz. Again, expected because it's ranged into melee. Lurk possibly going for the engage? Both of them going for the engage. Maiden being popped. Are we gonna see the Aatrox ults? Aatrox not using the ult, but it doesn't really do that much. The ignite from Yorick just stopping Aatrox from able to do anything, and Yorick managing to pick up a kill on the Aatrox. That's 2 kills.
And that's most probably a guaranteed 2 plates, yeah. For the Yorick.
Yeah, well, he's got Maiden up, taking unnecessary tower shots there. Cough. It's okay. Are we gonna see the Maiden over on this tower though? First plate going down. TP coming out, but not in time to stop him from getting the second plate and getting zoned by the wall as well. Yorick kind of probably back here with his Maiden, and then get into lane just when the wave is... Yep, there we go. And gonna let Aatrox push in the wave before he gets back.
And let's not forget
that Nautilus wants to
does
engage
not go
on
down
the spot
until it
lane.
dies.
That's true. So he has a lot of pressure with this Maiden overall. He managed to get 2 plates and guarantee that, I can guarantee that when he fights Aatrox next time, he'll still have that Maiden up. I definitely think that we're gonna be seeing some gank stop though. Like Graves and Amumu both in the position to either take Herald or gank top, or gank top and then take Herald. Graves wants to gank top because he wants that shutdown, and he doesn't want Yorick to have that much pressure. Amumu wants to counter jungle when Graves, because if Amumu counter jungles, when Amumu counter invades, or counter ganks when Graves ganks, it's an easier fight for Yorick and Amumu than it is for Graves and Aatrox.
I can agree with you on that. The
Graves wants to take Herald, maybe.
Yeah?
No, he backed off. I think he just wanted to clear the ward. Oh, again, we're seeing a fight top, and this Maiden just doing so much damage. Almost getting a kill, not quite getting killed. Potion being used. Graves looking to see if he can stop this engage, though. I don't think it matters that Yorick is just gonna walk up to him. Aatrox having to back does not have that TP available. If Graves decides to stop here, at the same time, a massive Nautilus ult coming up bot lane, as well as a gank from Amumu. Amumu using a flash to try and get onto that Varus, succeeding and managing to give Kai'Sa a kill onto Varus. Leona picking up a kill onto Nautilus as well. So that is a pretty good gank coming out bot lane, just to get bot lane a bit more ahead. At the same time, we did say this, we knew this was gonna happen, a gank coming out top lane from Ahri though, onto Graves.
Ooh.
Graves was still there, getting caught out, Ahri popping off the ignite, and then managing to get the kill. It's pretty good for Ahri though, because she can't really do anything into her lane. So
look elsewhere to get ahead.
Getting that ahead, and the fact that they are putting so much pressure on those Graves. I've said this in a previous game, I've said this in a previous cast. Graves' entire mission in a game is to run his face into the enemy jungle until he wins the game. And right now, Syndicate are stopping him from doing that. They're sending the people where they need to be to stop him from doing that. They're killing him top lane and then taking the kill. Unfortunately, Amumu getting caught out bot lane, a Fizz ult poking out onto him. A nice catch from the Nautilus and that Fizz managing to get a catch shot on the Amumu. Because they had the vision to know that he was there. See, they weren't there. And they managed to catch him out nicely. Yorick is going somewhere. Ari throwing her Q in a bit early. It looks like it is gonna be a free dragon for Unbench. I don't think they're gonna be able to contest it. Ari? Nah. He missed the smite though. If Ari had thrown her Q slightly later, she would have stolen that. I can guarantee you that she would have stolen that. It's Infernal. Infernal is really good though. Like, Infernal will be pretty good for pretty much everybody on this team. Cloud would have been more fun though.
You see the Yorick taking the blue buff?
Like, not by any means am I saying that Infernal is bad this game. Infernal is probably the overall better option for a team looking to win. But it would have been interesting to see a Cloud Soul.
I'm with you on
because of
that one.
just the interactions between all of the champs.
Plus just the terrain being...
What is good though is that there is no Cloud Dragons, which means we're not going to see any of the 10% ult cooldown. So we're not going to see that insane permanent Yorick / Aatrox / just overall that insane amount of just ult cooldown, because no Cloud Drakes.
A little longer.
Aatrox really needs to look at trying to kill the Maiden here. She's still up and she's still just
Maiden has not died yet, has she?
No,
she hasn't. She's just still alive. I'm surprised Yorick is, I was about to say, I'm surprised Yorick isn't staying. Because Aatrox is right there, and they're looking to take Herald. They could take Herald here. Graves is rotating, but Ari can see where he is. They're a 3v2 here. Fizz doesn't seem to be rotating. They could definitely take the Herald and the fight here, but it doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like they're going to back off just to be safe.
I don't think they want to risk it.
I mean, I don't blame them. I definitely don't blame them, but it would have been a good fight to take.
Also, I think that it might have just given UnbenchZeKench the opening to try and do the same thing. Maybe they're pinging it as well.
Oh, both teams want to go for it. It's the only objective on the board right now. A lot of wards in Graves jungle, which is how it should be. This is what Syndicate should be doing. It should be trying to stop that Graves from invading, which they are doing. They're gonna maybe catch him out here though. Amumu missing the bandage toss, unfortunately. Graves using the ult to get away? I feel like that wasn't necessary. Like, I definitely feel like that was a waste.
Overly cautious there.
It was a waste of a 120-second cooldown, because if they were to say, they know that he's used it. So if they were to go for Herald right now, Graves wouldn't have that advantage for the steal. Or the contest. It looks like they are just gonna go for top lane now. Amumu sadly missing the bandage toss again. Aatrox popping the ult though. Kaisa managed to pick up a nice kill on Navarre, so we did miss that, but she got a kill, so good job.
And the plates, and I think they take tower
take
here
top.
with all plates.
They have Maiden. They can't not take top tower. I'm curious to see if they're gonna push up further onto this grave. Because I'm pretty sure that they know he's there. Fizz is engaging on this Ahri mid lane though, and at the same time Ahri is engaging on Fizz.
Oh.
Both of them just popping so many potions to survive, and it does look like Syndicate are finally gonna be looking towards that Herald. I can't help wonder if Syndicate aren't using a strategy here to only get the last 4 Drakes, because four Infernal Drakes on that Kai'Sa, that Ahri, and that Yorick is just gonna be insane.
Sounds pretty juicy to me.
The question is, would they risk it? Would they give up the soul? The potentially give up the soul to risk it?
It might not have been their plan going in, but now seeing how it is.
Oh, Ahri hits the Trom and the Fizz. She unfortunately does not get the kill because she kind of used all her damage. That's the only thing I don't like about Ahri. Once you used your combo, you don't really have much damage.
Your autos don't do that much.
Well, she kind of look. Her combo does a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. Her combo does an insane amount of damage, but she has relatively high-ish cooldowns. If you compare her damage output on everything else besides her combo to her cooldown. So even if you hit your full combo, sometimes you're just stuck standing there like, what do I do now? You know, like what do I do now? Interesting
I hit him and he didn't move. Help.
Unbench de-warding all of these wards off the dragon. At the same time, Yorick is by dragon. Yorick knows that he needs to be by dragon. They have the 5-man pressure by dragon right now. They're looking to try and see if they can get a pick off. Even if not a pick, they're most likely going to be starting this dragon. They have the Yorick here for the pressure. They have the Tuna Kai'Sa here to follow up damage if there needs to be. The question is, there's no wards nearby for Aatrox to... Like, the closest ward that Aatrox could TP to would be blue buff, and by that means, there's no way for them to get tested, and Syndicate takes it. 16 first
no
Inferno
contest,
of
just
the
zoning
game.
them off of it.
I mean, I respect Syndicate for how they zone them off there. At the same time, I respect Unbench for knowing that they couldn't go for it. Because even though they still could have probably walked over there and contested it, they didn't have any vision of it. They could have gotten it, but they most probably would have died. A nice engage from Leona, getting Ahri a nice little kill on the Nautilus. And our Herald is going to be used. I think they want 3 towers. They definitely want 3 towers here. They guaranteed the first one. Herald has not charged yet, so it's almost a guaranteed charge onto the second tower. There's all coming out though onto Leona. Leona right on top of Ahri, doing so much damage to Ahri with that. And just that in itself, I think, stops Herald from getting a second charge. They got 2 towers.
They do get the 2 towers out of that.
They do still get 2 towers though. While it's not the most desirable outcome, it's still not the worst outcome. At the same time, Aatrox, while they were busy fighting Dragon, was just pushing out top lane, getting that top lane tower. Getting the first tower of the game for Unbench. Unbench have taken a lot of objectives this game, but they haven't really taken that many towers.
And they are at the gold deficit, yeah.
By 5k gold. We now have a 2-0 Yorick, a 2-0 Ahri, and a 2-0 Kai'Sa.
Not only 2-0, but that Yorick did take a full first tower's worth of plates as well.
Pretty much. I mean, gold difference. Let's have a look at the gold difference. He's sitting at a nice little sum of a total of 7.5k gold. Compared to the highest on Unbench being 6k. He's gonna go for that Graves though, getting the Graves, the Nautilus all being popped. He flashes for the kill on the Graves, pops the Ignites, flashes the Mastery, and gets the kill on the Graves. That was so cheeky. Leona engaging with his Fizz though, Ahri popping the ult to get closer. Invis being used by Fizz, almost getting hit by the Charm, does not have the Invis anymore to stop the Leona ult, and most likely, no? Does not go down to the Ahri, just does not go down to the Ahri, saved himself using the Ignite. That is 60 HP.
Oh, that was so close.
60 HP. They really want to kill this Aatrox. Amumu and Yorick just sitting onto this Aatrox right now. Maiden just doing so much damage for Yorick. Yorick healing so much because of that Conqueror. And just absolutely sieging towers right now. Like, Yorick in this moment is doing his job of just sieging towers. Maiden has not gone down once this game. Yorick has not had to recast Maiden this game. Verzor coming out and missing. Amumu managing to dodge the hook, unfortunately does still get sniped out. A nice little snipe over there by the Varus, and it does look like the end of Syndicate siege, but a really good siege for them. Getting what, 2 towers top lane, almost 3 towers
Maiden's
top lane.
still alive.
And Maiden is still alive! Maiden has not died once this game. She's somehow still alive. She's just chilling. She's just chilling. She's just chilling.
I mean, your exalt cooldown doesn't matter if the Maiden ever goes down, I guess.
Oh yeah, managing to get the engage onto the Nautilus. I mean, Maiden is sitting on the Nautilus right now. Nautilus flashing away from Maiden. I don't know why he didn't just auto-attack Maiden once. Maiden died!
No.
Maiden died 20 minutes into the game and Maiden died for the first time. Maiden MVP question. I love the Yorick skin.
I do as well, I really do like it.
Dragon's up in 40. It's Infernal.
Ooh, it's another Infernal.
Who's gonna get it? Yorick buying that Sterax. Holy. Yorick does not want to die this game, does he?
We're gonna see Divine Sunder into Sterax Gauge and into Death's Dance, I feel, making him
Unkillable.
pretty much unkillable here.
I mean,
it is the meta pick, it is the meta items for Yorick right now, and you just don't die.
Varus has Kraken. He could kill him, but somebody on Unbench needs to be building anti-heal right now. We're not seeing any anti-heal. Fizz getting caught out by the Leona ults, using the immortality a bit earlier, and getting a nice little pick onto that Ahri.
And that pretty much guarantees the Drake for Syndicate.
See, again, they let the first 2 dragons go away, and now they're just getting these 3 dragons. Leona just sitting on Graves right now, CCing him long enough to get the Kaisel. Kaisel popping out and managing to pick her up another kill on those Graves. Syndicate has a really good momentum right now. I'm curious to see if... Look, Unbench basically just needs to shut them down right now. Unbench needs to stop the momentum. If Unbench can stop their momentum, they can stop them from taking this game at 20 minutes.
I mean, there's 700 gold shot down the Yorick, 550 on the Kaisa, and 350 on the Ahri.
Anybody who kills Yorick is getting 1,000 guaranteed gold. Minimum.
Question is if they can.
The problem is, I feel like Yorick might just be snowballing too hard in this point for Unbench too. Because if you look at Unbench, the only person who could really kill him is Varus. Maybe Graves, but he doesn't have any anti-tank. And the bush play. Yorick sitting in a bush with a Maiden. Absolutely destroying that Nautilus. Leona getting the pick on the Graves. Aatrox gonna be the next victim to go down to this slaughter. Oh, they're just letting the Leona get killed at this point. I don't think Unbench can stop this. In all seriousness, it looks like Syndicate might be backing off now. They do have the Maiden up though. It doesn't look like they're gonna use it to step up soon though. They're gonna wait for the wave. Demolish as well as Maiden onto that Nexus tower. Absolutely wrecking the Nexus tower. Dredgeline going out onto Yorick, as well as Fizzle going out onto somebody. I couldn't even tell. Yorick just tearing that Fizzle. Amumu will get shot down by the Nautilus though.
Yes. Just yes.
That's picking up a kill on Leona. What? 2 kills? And they do not let him get the 3rd. I'm gonna take the Nautilus kill as well instead of just ending. That is cruel.
Yikes. Winions.
The surrender vote coming out. Yorick with the Master Flash.
Yes.
That was less of an equal game as the game before.
Yeah. They didn't do what they need to shut down that Yorick. Because, yeah, Yorick just snowballed and allowed his team to just get behind him and just get the goal they needed for the team fights.
MVP maiden?
MVP maiden. That
MVP
maiden was a MVP.
It took her
Definitely.
20 minutes to die. She didn't die once before 20 minutes.
Yorick cost his ult twice that game.
Yeah, twice.
I love a good Yorick play, not gonna lie.
Same.
That Yorick damage, my word.
It is insane. It is honestly insane. Well played to both teams.
Well played. That's the
first
BS
game
we're
was
going to Syndicate.
The first game was insanely close.
Jinxie's just speechless at this.
About a 9-0 Yorick. Like, I honestly don't think that they could have killed Yorick.
And you want to know the best part? He didn't even have a death stance yet.
Like, I'm trying my best to not be one-sidedly objectified here, but I don't think that Unbench would have been able to kill that Yorick. Just honestly being serious.
Yeah, they didn't. The Varus did. Yeah. They didn't have the anti-heal that they needed as soon as they needed it to.
Unbench were doing really well over the rest of the map. The mistake that they made is the fact that they ignored top lane.
They did not give the Yorick the respect
They should have pushed in mid and sent 3 people top before Yorick hit 6.
Yes.
Even if it put the Ahri behind, they should have just sent 3 people top lane.
I mean, we saw the Yorick ban in the first game, so they knew that this was a possibility. That's just I think the Ryze scared them first game enough for them to ban the Ryze instead of the Yorick.
The thing is, right, they should have seen the moment that Yorick was 2-0 that they had to send at least 3 people top lane.
Yes.
They had to get him behind. Honestly, though, hats off to the Yorick, though. He used the pressure that he created very well.
He did.
I mean, he was at the dragon when he needed to be at the dragon. He sieged when he needed to. Like, the rest of the team did well, but the Yorick just knew exactly what he had to do.
I mean, alone keeping that maiden alive for as long as he did just shows the knowledge.
What I can say, though, is if Unbench had not picked the Varus, they probably would have had a better time. If they had picked the Vayne like they teased, there would have been a lot more opportunity for them to shut down that Yorick. Because Leona would be engaging on the Vayne, and with the peel from the Nautilus, Vayne would have just picked up kills off that Leona. Because it's Leona's job to engage. And it's Vayne's job to be anti-tank. If they had picked the Vayne, focused all their resources onto the Vayne, got the Vayne ahead, the Vayne definitely would have been able to contest the Yorick. The thing is, I don't think that they expected the Yorick to snowball like he did. And both teams did play very well in the first game, though. Both teams played very well overall. I think there was just nothing they could do once the Yorick got ahead. It was winnable until the Yorick got ahead. But kudos to Yorick. Yorick, well played. MVP goes to you.
Played.
You took what you had to do. You did what you had to do. And I mean, even the Kai'Sa was doing what she had to do. Ahri was rotating where she needed to. A good rotations coming out from both teams. Like I said, the only thing I think was the problem is the fact that they didn't send 3 people top. But yeah, also maybe better optimization going onto the Graves, as well as better rune optimization onto the Graves, because Fleet, maybe not the best. I would suggest taking Phase Rush. As well as
Phase
maybe
Rush
not a longbow into that Yorick. It didn't really do much. I think a Kraken Slayer definitely would have been a lot better. But yeah.
Kraken Slayer would be a lot better, I agree with you.
Anyway, guys, that just about ends us off for today. Unfortunately, there is no more games as of today. I do know that there will be more games played on Sunday. I can't tell you when just yet, as
Keep an
I
eye out
have
for
not been
announcements
given
on
the
that.
schedule. However, keep an eye out on all of the Esports Faction socials for games on Sunday, for the Sunday games. I know that there's most likely going to be 2 of them at least. So yeah, that's all for me right now. Well played to both UnbenchZeKench as well as Syndicate. Syndicate, congrats, you played insanely well. You guys deserve the win. And yeah, MVP going over to Yorick first game, and Rise. Sorry, Yorick
Other
second
way
game,
around.
Rise first game. Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
guys, don't forget to follow Esports Faction for not just League stuff, other stuff as well. As far as I know, they do CS as well. And come check them out. If you are interested in finding more of my socials, you can check me out at JinxieSky on all platforms, as well as you can check out my lovely co-caster, Joshua Moffat, at Paleo99 on most, if not all, socials. And yeah, that about carry ends it off for me.
That about wraps us up.
That about wraps us up. Thank you guys once again. Thank you guys for all the support, not only towards Esports Factions, but also us as a caster. We enjoy the community, we enjoy the interaction that you guys give, and we hope to be seeing you guys again soon. Have a wonderful day. Josh, thank you so much for joining me.
And a pleasure.
Everybody in chat, thank you so much for the support, and we will see you guys again soon. Bye!
Have a good evening, everybody. Bye.